The first time Chioma heard another woman call her husband future daddy, her smile broke quietly behind closed lips. The restaurant was filled with wealthy people, camera flashes, expensive perfume, and soft piano music. Nobody noticed the way her fingers trembled around the wine glass. Except her. The young woman beside Emeka laughed sweetly and touched his arm. "Sir, with your kind of success," she said playfully, "your children will be so beautiful." Children. Such a simple word. But to Chioma, it landed like a stone inside water. The table laughed lightly. Emeka smiled politely. And Chioma lowered her eyes before anybody could see the pain sitting inside them. Because after 4 years of marriage, she still had no child. Lagos never slept. The city sparkled outside the window of their mansion as luxury cars moved through the wet streets below. On social media, people called Chioma lucky. Beautiful husband. Money. Designer lifestyle. Perfect marriage. But social media never entered bedrooms after midnight. It never heard silent crying inside expensive bathrooms. It never saw baby clothes hidden inside drawers. Chioma walked slowly into her massive dressing room and opened a small white box carefully. Inside were tiny baby shoes. Still new. Still untouched. She had bought them during the first year of marriage after convincing herself she would soon become a mother. Now dust rested on them like waiting years. The bedroom door opened gently. Emeka stepped inside, loosening his tie. "You left the dinner early," he said softly. Chioma forced a smile. "I was tired." He walked closer and held her waist from behind. "You know people talk without thinking," he whispered near her ear. "Don't let them enter your heart." But they were already there. Everywhere she went, the whispers followed her. At weddings, at church, at family gatherings, even online. Sometimes strangers commented beneath her pictures. "Pretty woman, but who'll inherit the mansion?" Others were worse. "A home without a child is just decoration." Chioma stopped attending events unless necessary. Still, humiliation always found her. The next afternoon, she visited an upscale supermarket in Victoria Island wearing dark sunglasses, hoping nobody would recognize her. But pain had a way of recognizing people first. 2 women standing near the fruit section suddenly lowered their voices. "That's Emeka's wife," one whispered. "The barren woman?" The other nodded slowly. "She should be careful. Rich men don't wait forever." Chioma pretended not to hear them, but her chest tightened painfully. She abandoned her shopping cart and hurried outside before the tears could fall. Rain had started pouring heavily. By the time she returned home, her makeup was ruined. And waiting inside the living room was Emeka's mother. Madame E sat elegantly on the cream-colored sofa, diamonds shining around her neck. Her expression carried no warmth. Chioma greeted respectfully. The older woman looked at her for a long moment before speaking calmly. "I am getting old." Chioma remained silent. "My friends are carrying grandchildren." Still silence. Then the older woman crossed her legs slowly and dropped the sentence that froze the entire room. "If you cannot give my son a child, another woman will." The shopping bag slipped from Chioma's hands. She turned immediately toward Emeka, waiting for him to defend her, like always. But this time, her husband said nothing. And then his phone buzzed. A message appeared on the screen. "Unknown number. She doesn't have to know about the baby yet." Emeka's face changed instantly, and Chioma saw it.